Hello, Yankin, can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, okay, Yankin. Okay, wait. Now,
I give me Sunny here my table.
sorry, yeah, sorry, I cannot hear you very well.
I need to clear my table.
Now, I am not able to. Okay, testing.
Hello.
Okay, good. Now I can hear you. Okay, good. Sorry, you're saying?
I'll just clear my table.
All right, sure. I'll be waiting for your video. So Yankin, today we'll be using the Jamboard full time. So we'll try that, right? Do you have a laptop or another handphone in front
Yeah,
of you?
I guess to get it.
Right. Let's try that. Let's see whether that works even better. Right. So the laptop is for your viewing. I don't want you to touch the laptop in the sense that I don't want you to use the drawing pad. So
Yeah,
the Jamboard is for me to you, and then from you to me is still the video. I think that works best. Let's try that.
all right.
Let's try that.
I need to get my computer.
Yeah. Okay. Yep, I'm seeing your screen. Yeah. Yeah, I'll try to close my video to improve the connection. See whether that works. Yeah, seems to be better, right? So I'm definitely seeing your grade and you're zooming in, so I can totally see your screen already. Good. Right, looking good.
Um,
Okay, yeah. Oh, it looks very good now. Very good. Okay, so tell me when you have your laptop set, yeah?
yeah, okay. Right, it's on Jamboard.
All right, so I'll access your Jamboard as usual. Oh, right. So, okay, so I will do it like last year in the sense that you create a Jamboard and I'll access it, but you probably don't need to put anything there. So tell me when you're done.
Yeah, I made one.
All right. Okay, proper naming to help me, your name and then the date. Right? Your name and then the date. I need your name, although you probably won't.
Right. Oh, I got some of the
Yeah.
I got some of the topics for the coming diversity semester.
Good. Please tell me. I want that update,
So,
or send me something, or send me.
yeah,
Right?
I'll just put it on the screen.
All right.
So we got
Okay.
definitely
That would be great. Yeah, that's the best way. I'll screenshot, and then you have yep. You have this differential equation, the one that I promised that you'll see a dx and dy, and then the definite integral is what I call the volume of revolution. So you got those two, and then what else?
So that's for math.
Yeah.
For physics,
The techniques are the past lah, the Liate and everything, right? the one that you've been doing,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Right.
So for physics,
Mm-hmm.
right now we're doing AC. But
Let me
I
see.
think, but AC was online during December, so.
Module 5 or what?
So I'm probably gonna do like 5 and 6. So I don't know when you're gonna do it, but after AC, it's just. But we're gonna. I think.
Please flip to the 16. Please flip to 16, please. Let me see 16. Okay, flip a bit. Just flip for me. Just flip. Just flip quickly for me. 16 from 16. Yeah. Yeah. From start until the end. Yeah, just flip. Oh yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Great. Go. Okay. All right. So safe to say, if you can understand 16, you understand electricity. Good. That's the maximum. That's probably the maximum. Your video seems to be freezing. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. I understand.
Yeah.
So the wave motion and the superposition, no
And-
problem. Understood. Right.
Yeah. And for chem,
yeah, so very expected, right? After the arene, right? You finish your arene, so you have your halogen derivative. Okay, that's so weird, right? And then you have acid and base. That's very weird, right? And then you have what? Okay, then you will basically continue organic starting from the hydroxyl, carbonyl, carboxylic acid, nitrogen, and voila. Can I see the 13? Can I see chapter 13, please? Just flip quickly. K lah. Yeah, K. I think it's going to be K. Yeah. Is this 13?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Just quickly flip. Yeah, this is the K I'm talking about. Yeah, okay. That's so weird. What kind of chemistry do you guys? That's so weird. I don't get your chemistry. I don't get it at all. That's why do you guys do that? I don't get it. Okay, fine. Thanks. Thank you very much. Thanks for the update. I understand what's going on. Right. So you started today, basically. You receive all this today.
Yeah, we haven't started lessons yet. I think we start like tomorrow.
Okay.
Today was just like admin and stuff like opening of school day or whatever.
Right. I wonder why I cannot hear you as loud as I would want. Let me see. Okay, is there anything I can do?
Maybe I'm speaking stuff.
I don't think that's your problem. I don't think you're speaking using the headset, right?
Right? Yeah.
Don't scream. Yeah, don't scream. I don't want you to scream. I want you to be like just natural. So let me see whether I can fix that. If I cannot, then we'll just do that. Yeah. Okay. So this is a very good time to try a new habit. But let me work out the one first. I cannot do anything about it. You can hear me well. My voice is
I can.
Okay, then if it feels like I'm deaf, that's because it feels like that. So as long as you can hear me, that's we're gonna start from here. Now, for you, Yankin, anything else to update?
No, I don't think so. That's all it came to me today.
No surprises lah. No, nothing to be concerned about this 1 month lah, until Chinese New Year lah.
Why not?
All right.
I think there'll be like a test like next week.
On?
I think for physics it's on COEDC.
Okay.
On either alkanes or alkenes area.
Yep, that's what you said, right? Okay, good. All right.
And then for math, I'm not sure. It might be this. But
right.
I don't know too well.
Right. You're seeing the Jamboard, right? You're seeing the Jamboard. Okay. So if there's no update, then I will present to you what I think is a good habit. This is the habit that I do practice, and I think it's a very practical thing. Consider it and then give it a try if you think that's good. I do believe that it will be good, right? Yeah. So I'm typing something. Usually when I type, it will appear that I'm not doing anything in the Jamboard. It's very different from writing. So for example, I'm typing a sentence right now. So I've been typing about a sentence and you cannot see anything, right?
No.
Right. Then I click, which is like I finish typing basically, and then it will appear suddenly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So a bit different from writing lah. So when I type, did you hear the typing sound?
Like on Zoom. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear that? Do you hear that?
I heard on Zoom. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So if you hear it, that means I'm doing typing, but you'll have to wait until I finish, then it'll appear lah. That's the difference. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. So let's say I'm typing again. Right. So we already talked about matching your energy to your hardest subject. Right. So let me talk about it in slightly more detail. So the priorities goes like this. Tomorrow, I'm talking about your 4 or 3.5 star slot, like which is right now. Again, tell me again from what time to what time?
I think it's around like probably around now. Like if I'm like at 8
until
okay.
Reliably until
I'd say 9. I can stretch at 9:30. Yeah.
9:30 is pushing it. So let's say we only have 1.5 hours. Can? Not every day, but from Sunday lah, right? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, you're useless. Everybody's useless. You should not be studying. Saturday should be your break time, and you should take a break. And then Sunday, you'll be refreshed. So 5 days out of 7 days. Okay. Okay, yeah. We'll work on that. We'll work with that. Okay, for 5 days. So I'm typing and then you appear something, right? Okay, so then I type again. Did the 2 new sentence appear?
Yeah, they did.
Okay. So I'm just typing a bit and then I'm stopping typing again, right? So sorry. So I'm typing and you should be seeing something like a 4 star. Let me confirm that for the last time.
Yeah, I see.
Okay. So I'm treating your 3.5 star slot right now as if it is 4 star. That's stretching it a bit. Yeah. The 1.5 hour is also stretching it a bit, but not a lot, just a bit. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm assuming that it is a 4 star slot. Now, this is what you should expect of a 4 star slot. I'm saying that you do not need to put effort on this. I'm saying that if it is your 4 star slot, you can expect certain things to be true. Okay, so here, right here. Okay, I'm still typing, so not seeing anything. Okay, then I finished typing. This is what I think a 4 star slot is, something like that. Okay. Okay. So you can read them, and then we should talk about it. And this is not theory. Yeah? This is basically something that we should expect to happen just like that in a 4 star. If this is not true, or this is like very weird for you, we should talk about it even more. So what do you think?
I guess. I mean, like, I feel okay now.
Right.
I think I could probably do that.
And just to put the emphasis on the point, you just have to compare it with your 2 star slot. The one that you say, oh, this is your 2-star, that's your 2-star. I always say your 2-star don't matter that much. I'm using a hyperbole here. Sorry, do you guys understand? Do you guys understand the term hyperbole?
Yeah.
All
Like
right.
exaggerate.
So I'm exaggerating. Yes, I'm exaggerating when I say 2-star doesn't matter. Now, what I mean is this: like in a 2-star, you will expect it to flip. So in a 2-star slot, your sense of right and wrong are not very good. Your sense of good and bad are not very good. The temptations to procrastinate, simple, right? Procrastination will be the thing here. No? It will be the thing here. That's not. It's easy to procrastinate at 2-star. It's very difficult to procrastinate at 4-star. If you have just a simple goal in mind, you'll probably do. Okay. Is this just a theory or this is probably what you will experience? Huh?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, right. So tomorrow we won't be having tuition. Play game from 8 to 9:30. Play game. Go and play game from 8 to 9:30. Go and do something. Go and do something that you're not supposed to do on 8 to 9:30. Please do that. Okay. Tomorrow. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that might not be a good use of time.
Oh, of your energy. Oh, I totally agree with that. Now, when will be your 2-star slot?
God, I don't know.
During night, like, yeah, after 9:30. Like when is that?
Yeah, before I go sleep, or like so like 10 to 11.
Okay, let's say 10 a.m. Sorry, 10 p.m. Right? That's what you're saying, right? So 10 p.m. Right? So 10 to 11 p.m. Something like that. Okay, fair enough. Right. Tomorrow or today, after your tuition at 10 p.m., go and play game. What do you think?
I might consider it.
Sure, but you won't be considering at 8 to 9:30. Are you sure?
I mean, no, probably not. I feel like that's like too early.
Sure thing. So let me get this straight. When we define later, what should we do in 4-star? There are very specific things that you should do if you want to make full use of it. If you think that 1.5 hours for 5 days seems very short to master 3 subjects, if you think like that, then of course we should make the best use of those valuable time. If you think that 5 days, 1.5 hours each is a lot for mastering 3 subjects, then you have some reason to procrastinate. Right? You have some reason on the 4-star slot. Right? Okay. So later we'll define what the specific things, and we should discuss until you feel you're comfortable about it. Right? Okay. But my claim is, in a 4-star slot, you will procrastinate if you don't do those things. But if in a 2-star slot you play game, I don't think you're procrastinating. Personally, I don't care too much. I care that you sleep enough. That's all I care. That's all I care. Right? Because it will protect your next day's 4-star. Okay, yeah? Okay, yeah? That's the expectation. Anything else you want to comment?
No, probably not.
Right. Now, whenever the expectation seems to be wrong, right? For some reason you don't experience it that way, you check yourself. Either the 4-star thing is a nonsense, right? Or maybe you define the wrong slot. You're forcing yourself. That's another possibility, because tuition can only happen here, so you're forcing yourself. That's another possibility. Or another possibility is that you didn't protect it. So you did something yesterday, 2 days ago, 3 days ago that kind of make the 4-star no longer a 4-star. Those are some of the possibilities. I guess that makes sense. Okay? Right. So for a 4-star, this is the expectation, right? So what do you use it for? So using 4-star. Very simple. Huh? Learn something new. So this is what I propose. Very simple for this week only. So starting from yesterday. So and then today and then 3 more days. Okay. If you learn something new in a 4-star, excellent use of time. You are using, because to learn something new, you need a good sense of right and wrong and good and bad. It's actually both. It's not one of them. That's what you need in order to learn something new and something difficult, something challenging. Your 3 subjects. Right. So happens preparing tomorrow's lesson will feel definitely like learning something new. Now I separate them because when you prepare for tomorrow's lesson, you don't have to learn something new. You just have to take note of your question. Now this is what we are trying to do today, unless you have something urgent. Do you have something urgent?
I mean, urgent in what sense?
Then preparing tomorrow's lesson, for example.
No, right, I think tomorrow's lesson is the only thing on my mind right now.
Sorry, I cannot hear you. Sorry.
I think preparing tomorrow's lesson is probably the only thing on my mind right now.
I like it a lot. Now, how have you been preparing for tomorrow's lesson all these years?
I guess I just do some tutorials here and there.
No, before tutorial, like today, you cannot even do the tutorial except technique of integration. We are not talking about technique of integration. We're talking about, for example, do you already know, is it going to be the definite integral, or is it going to be the differential equations?
I'm not sure. All I know is like tomorrow's math that's probably be like rotation.
I'm going to make an assumption here. I'm going to make an assumption that it is a differential, because differential is harder. So I guess that's a better assumption. Okay. So if tomorrow it turns out to be not differential, you don't lose much. The definite integral is not that hard. You just have to pay attention directly. Right? But we assume that we're not a smart student. A smart student means you just listen once, you can get it. You don't have to do that to excel in math. Just listen twice. So can I have your differential equation in front of you? Just to confirm, tomorrow you will have math.
Yeah, but it won't be. I'm not sure if I'm learning new topics.
Right, no problem. We're just practicing the method here, the method of finding questions. So get rid of everything. I just want to see the differential equation, right? Now you're going to read the first 3 to 4 pages of differentiation. You're going to have a pencil in front of you. Please have a pencil. Right. At this point, I cannot read the text here, and it doesn't matter for me. At this point, it doesn't matter. Right? Doesn't matter. I prefer to see your 2 pages here. I prefer your pencil, please. Ooh, we need a pencil. We definitely need a pencil. Right.
Yeah, we're getting it.
Okay, so you only need your lecture note, which is totally new to you. And if you want a video later, today no video. Okay? Right. So all you have to do is read the first 4 pages and you put question mark. You're not trying to understand. Let me repeat this. Your 4-star slot right now, you don't try to understand. You try to be aware of the questions you have. That's all. That is all. So I want to see question marks all around what you want to understand or what you want to ask. And I'll give you around 10 minutes to read these 4 pages. Again, your question is what is important, not your understanding. Okay? Please do. Okay. Ow, that's wrong. I'll be taking my drink. Right. For some reason, I'm not seeing anything. What's happening? Ah, there you go. Right. I have an impression that you're reading the second page, not the first page. Am I correct? Like you never read the first page. Yankin, can you hear me? Sorry. Oh, you're muted. Yankin, in our situation, please don't mute. Don't mute, please. Right, Yankin, don't mute, please. Again, Yankin, because you're muted, please unmute. Can you hear me actually? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Just to confirm, can you hear me? Because you're muted. You're muted. I cannot hear you. Huh? Yankin, I'm not hearing you. Huh? Just to confirm, I'm not hearing you at all. Because you're muted, Yankin. I cannot hear you.
Okay.
Can you hear me in Zoom?
Hello.
Okay, can you hear me in Zoom?
I am.
Right. Okay. As the view, the point of view, I'm looking at the edge of your desk. So I'm not
No,
looking at
actually,
your
I can
paper.
hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? I cannot hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah. Yeah. So Yankin, looks like you cannot hear me through Zoom suddenly.
Should I just leave and come back and try again?
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Right.
Yeah.
Can you
Hello?
hear me? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
I can.
Oh, now okay, good. Now it seems okay because good. So now I'm seeing your thing. Yeah. So it's very blurry. Doesn't matter. So when I was observing you doing the question marks, I noticed a few things. I noticed that I think you skipped the first page. Am I correct?
Oh, it was like an opener and like an example.
So you do not read it much, right? Let me just confirm that.
Like learning objectives and like an example of what you're going to do.
Right. So whether you choose to ignore is good or not, that's up to you, right? But I don't mind starting from where you are. So right now, let's assume that you are now in the class, right? So I'm your teacher. Your teacher is teaching this, blah, blah, blah. And you're paying attention whether he's answering your questions or not. You have a lot of question mark, and the way you put it seems specific, so I like that. Would you please zoom in for me so now I can read it properly? So you're paying attention to your teacher, and your teacher doesn't seem to be answering your question. He seems to be talking about something relevant, but he's not answering your question specifically. You seem to understand what he's saying, but again, you still have this question in your mind, correct?
Okay.
So does your lecturer, do question and answer?
I don't think they have like the time for it.
Yeah. So
Maybe at the end of the lectures, then they'll do it.
All right. Let's pretend that he's very interactive. So he invites you to ask questions. No, I'll be him, right? I'll be him or her. So please ask your questions, and I'll try to answer. I mean, I can see your question, but I want you to ask it so that I know what you want.
So like it's highest. What specifically is highest derivative mean? Is it like? Yeah.
So you look at the example. You look at the example. You know what d squared y over dx squared? That's double differentiation, right?
Yeah.
So triple differentiation, which is the last example, is higher than double differentiation. Double differentiation is higher than single differentiation. That's it. So more differentiation. Now I want to take a note. I'm guessing what you're thinking. You have never seen even the third example, the one with the second order derivative. That's a very fancy name for double derivative, right? Second order derivative, right? I'm referring to d square y over dx square. That's second order derivative. Again, that's a very fancy.
Doesn't come up often.
It already came out in O level, right? You have to do the double derivative to investigate the investigate the type of is it maxima or minima? For example, you go double derivative, right? Acceleration is a double derivative of displacement.
Displacement,
yeah. What does not appear? Look at the third example, that the second derivative is mixed with the first derivative. That does not appear. That is very scary. That is very scary. Note that, correct? Correct?
Mm-hmm.
In fact, the second and the first example also doesn't appear very much. Look at the second example. That's the first derivative of y, right? dy dx, correct?
Yeah.
It is mixed with y. I guarantee you have never seen this before. What you have seen is dy dx equals to sine x.
Yeah.
Do you understand? You have never seen dy dx equals to sine y. Never. So in that sense, although you have seen this a little bit in the differentiation questions, right? You have seen this a little bit, like they give you this, they ask you to show that this is correct. Do you still remember those questions in A level?
Yeah, I think so. O level.
What maybe it's O level, but usually it's A level. But what makes this thing new? What makes this whole example new is that later you must find the solution, which I noticed that you don't ask any question mark about. So I was assuming that, oh, you understand what finding a solution means. Is that correct? See, below the example, a solution of a differentiation, blah, 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 must be found, basically. You will try to find that, basically. A solution is something that you must find.
Turning the dy dx back into y.
With the presence of y, which is totally new.
Oh, okay.
If which is the presence of x, dy dx equals to sine x. What's y? Very easy. What's y?
Negative cosine.
X. You must say negative cosine x.
Negative cosine x.
That's simple method for you. That's O level.
Yeah.
Dy over dx equals to sine y is not a simple method at all. It is not. So finding that solution is not a simple method at all, and that is the subject of this this chapter. Understand?
Okay.
You should have more questions, but at least you understand what we're dealing with.
Right.
I expanded your question mark because I feel you did not understand something. But then again, I never asked you to understand. I just asked you to highlight to be aware of the question mark you have in your mind. I want you to be even more aware about the question marks in your head. Understand? That is how you prepare for a lesson. That's the simplest and most effective way. Okay, now notice this page one more time after our discussion. Do you have more question mark that you would like to ask that? Please take note of your questions. Yes.
So like a particular solution differs from a general solution in that there's no ambiguity regarding the constant.
If you're asking for the last, the bottom part, please show the bottom part if that's what you're asking. I cannot see the bottom part. Okay, sorry, your question was, sorry?
Like the difference between a particular solution and general solution is just how specific the constant is.
Basically, you find the C, basically. That's all. So that's from O level.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a definite integral or indefinite integral, just like that. Fair enough for now.
All right.
And you know how to find C, right? whose responsibility is it to give you the additional information to find the C?
Question.
Yeah, and you're correct lah. Okay. Any other question mark? Be aware of your question mark. Any other question mark for this page? Don't be too specific. I'm not asking you to understand. Yeah, look, don't put too much pressure on understanding something if this is totally the first time you read it.
Then I guess not.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I just want you to be aware. Yeah, okay, maybe I want to ask this, so then ask lah, you know. I don't understand this. Feel free to put the question mark there, look. That's all I'm asking you to do. Understand?
All right.
Because remember, right now, we are assuming that this is tomorrow. Tomorrow, your teacher will be talking about this, and tomorrow you will receive some answers to your question, right? We are mixing today and tomorrow right now. So I just want you to be aware. I just want you to be aware of your question, not your understanding right now. Can ya? Can? Okay. Don't put too much pressure. Okay. So if you're happy with being aware of your questions, just flip to the next page and we'll assume that this is tomorrow again. Right? Okay. Show me the page properly. I cannot see the top part. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not seeing it properly. Yeah, okay, right. So again, show me your question mark. I don't see any question marks, so just show me, right? If there's no question mark, then I'm happy.
I don't feel like there is. Like, isn't this just like differentiate? It's simple integration.
Right, right. You will be
surprised.
Okay, let's look at work example 1. Okay, just go to work example. Right. So you're saying that there's nothing new here, right? Okay, let's see. Let's see. So work example 1, right? Oh yeah. So work example 1, dy dx is equals to that. It's not new because the right-hand side contains no y. Okay, I agree with you. It contains no y, so you should be able to do it. But you know, even in preparation, if you're short in time, you don't have to do this. This is a good thing to do after you settle all your questions. Okay, as in, yeah, feel fine. Okay, so we assume that you don't have time, so you're just skipping work example 1. If you have time, you will do it. Okay, fair enough.
All right.
Okay, so skip this page if you feel that there is nothing to be. You have no question.
I did see one with a y.
Okay. So where is that? So
that's the next page.
You're jumping, and which is fine. I'm totally okay with that, right? Totally okay with that. I like it. So tell me, why is this a question mark? Is it because of the y or something?
Yeah.
All right, then rewriting this blah 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 blah. You want a working example because this is still a bit abstract. You just want to see the work example quickly. Just take a look at the work example. If there's any work example regarding this, there you go. Look at that. Look at that. That's dy dx with a y, totally different than with an x. Right? Okay. So the is this the last page that you read, or this is way over the page that you're reading?
Oh yeah, this is just for the last page.
Okay,
then I read you like.
Yeah. So reading doesn't help a lot. So go down. Because I still see no question mark. You see, I still see no question mark.
Oh, the question mark was referring to like what's for you. You know, like this is basically like.
Right. So the problem is in this page is abstract. Of course, I can spend a lot of time explaining this page, but basically that page is explained by this page. So if you work on this page, you will probably answer the question you have on the previous page. Make sense?
Oh.
I am happy with your question mark. Remember, I never question how come you don't understand. That's not the point. Being aware is good enough. That's the minimum preparation you must do. So that when your teacher do something, you probably get the answer. Understand it? So now this is tomorrow. And your teacher doesn't seem to make your question better. It seems like he explained it in also an abstract way. So you still don't understand the previous page. Okay? Ken? So you're not very satisfied with the answer that you're receiving right now. Okay, Ken? Ken? So, but your teacher have time, so he continued to work example 3, and then he just continued to the first step. So I want you to do the first step basically. This make dy dx. Please do that. because your question, your teacher will be doing it anyway. Now you pretend that just do lah. Okay, I like it very much. 2y, please. 2y. Okay, then continue. Take reciprocal, right? So yeah, rewrite, right? So if you don't understand that, you tell me immediately. Yeah. Oh, I hate this method. Sorry. Bye. You can see your teacher do. Just do method 2.
Method
Just do method 2.
separation of variables. Rewrite it by constant can remain on right hand side. What is DE? Direct definite.
Now let me read for you what you're supposed to write. Huh? Let me read for you and see whether it makes sense with the sentence. Right? You're supposed to write dy. You're supposed to write dy, left hand side dy, over 2y equals to dx. Let me read the sentence one more time. Yeah. That is what he wants you to do. That's called separating the variables. How many variables exist?
2.
Always only 2. You never learn more than 2 variables. Always only 2. Dy and x. Dy should be considered as part of y. They are not the same, but dy is part of y. So far so good? Okay. So when they say separating the variable, they mean on one side you have everything y, and on the other side you have everything x. The 2 doesn't matter. 2 can exist wherever you want. So for example, can you put as, so put a comma, please. Put a comma.
Where?
On the right hand side. Just that. Yeah, just a comma. So you can also write as dy over y. You can also write like that, dy over y. Go ahead. Equals to 2 dx. As in the 2 doesn't matter. You can put 2 wherever you want. You choose lah. Choose whichever you want to continue. It doesn't matter one. Understand?
Okay.
So any objection on the first step? My objection is this to you. How come you don't put a question mark? That's my objection. I feel a bit weird that you do not put a question mark before.
Oh, well, I just kind of like pinned it, I thought like,
Right. Are you sure the question mark didn't exist before we talk about this? Are you sure?
I thought it was just like taking reciprocal, so like 1 over like
cannot be, right? Cannot be
like just like that. So it's like I actually read down to hear this.
I noticed that you didn't put question mark on the separation of variable also. I noticed that. But did I ask you to do the same thing as the previous page on the separation of variable? Or am I doing something totally different?
I mean, I don't think you asked me to put the question mark there. I just thought.
No, I'm not asking you to put a question mark. I'm asking you, are you sure, you're very aware you don't have any question mark back then? Are you sure?
I mean, I didn't think I needed it because I didn't read it.
No, right now?
Right now, yeah, definitely.
Okay, put a question mark and I won't answer that question. But if you have a question, put that question mark in this page and maybe in the next page also. Because this here, you can be very specific. I want to ask what the heck is this thing, right? Okay, any other question mark for the first step? All right, fine. So as I develop the step,
I know what that means. Oh,
okay, then don't. Good. I see you're very aware that you understand it. So good, you have a question. Good. Okay, anything else so far?
Modulus.
You do notice that we're missing the second step. You do notice that, right? Okay.
Solve PE by integration.
Yeah, you missed it. Okay, so then it's a question mark lah.
Yeah, but like that seems too like simple. Like it's like a basic count.
You nonsense. Be aware of your question so that when your teacher do it, you receive your answer. That's preparation.
Okay.
Preparation is preparation to receive the answer. How can you receive the answer if you don't know the question? Right. Okay. Any other question, Mark?
All constants.
Okay. Then I'll do the second step for you. And if the question mark remains, let it remain. Okay. Okay. So choose which one. The first form or the second form. That's up to you.
I'll go with the first one.
Okay, sure. Then when they say solve differentiation by integration, it's very simple. He means door integrate. So you integrate the left-hand side and you integrate the right-hand side. That's how it means. So you just do that. So you put the integration sign on both sides first. And I want you to put the half out because I think that's less confusing. Make sense? The half should simply be out.
Then should we do the right if we're doing that?
Which then you're choosing form 2, right? You're choosing form 2, which is fine, right? That's fine. So do form 2, doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be like dx dx?
No, the dx is there. Like I said, your conception of the dx will be upgraded into something better. Here it is. I promised you last time, right? This is where the upgrade happened. Now let me state something like this. There is no other step from the second to the third. The third is printed. The second I just helped you do. There is no missing step. Either you get it or you don't. If you don't get it, question mark. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you this. Integrate dx is simply x.
Oh.
That's why there is no missing step on the right hand side. The plus a is just like plus c. Why do they use a? Whatever. It's just like c. So I hope you understand the right hand side. The right hand side is the easy part. Okay.
I integrate dx is just x.
Because what is the x? I was really hoping that you will ask that
the
question.
Differentiation of x.
Yeah, visually, what is it? So I want you to draw a curve. Draw y-axis, x-axis. Draw a curve.
Okay.
Good. I'm seeing your curve. Very nice. Yankin style. Draw a curve. Very nice. Draw a curve, please. Not just the axis. Any curve.
Oh, any curve.
Yeah, any curve. That's a nice curve. Now, draw, and I mean visually draw dx.
Would just be a tangent. Yes.
That's not dx. That's dy over dx. You got it all right.
Oh.
I guarantee you that's dy over dx. And it's not even the tangent, it's the gradient of the tangent. So no, you're not drawing dx. You're just drawing dy over dx. Which I keep telling you, dy over dx is dy divided by dx because that's how gradient exists. The comparison of the y over the comparison of the x. Dy divided by dx. That's why it's a gradient.
Then would it just be...
What is dx, right?
A straight line? Straight line down?
No. Okay, I'm rushing you because I'm pretending that we don't have time. Please draw delta x for me instead. Do you know what is delta x then? Okay, please draw delta x in the graphic. No, that's writing delta x. Please draw delta x in the curve that you draw.
Delta x.
Yeah, what does delta x mean? Now, this is problematic because you don't visualize it. It's very problematic. What is delta x?
Change in x. Change in the x.
Yes. Draw a change in x. Very good. Very good. It changes from x1 to x2, right? So decide randomly on x1 and decide randomly on x2, and you have your delta x1.
X1, I guess here.
Nice.
X2 is here, I guess.
Nice. Now properly draw the delta x. Right, delta x is that strip line. Totally agree with you. The difference between some random x2 and some random x1.
No complaints?
No.
The only thing you have to do to draw dx is to make delta x as small as possible.
But how?
You have to
How can it be as small
conceptualize
as possible?
the smallest possible conceptualization because you cannot draw. Smallest possible conceptualization of delta x is dx. You should have heard this fancy word being used. Is infinitesimally small.
Oh.
Dx is an infinitesimally small delta x. Please draw that.
So it's smaller than I can. How
Draw.
do you draw something like that? Okay.
Of course, you can't. You just conceptualize it. So at this point, the drawing simply represents your better concept. Dx.
I mean,
Yeah, just draw dx. So I think your drawing is bad, but if you conceptualize it correctly, you will say, my drawing is bad because it should have been even smaller.
so is dx like the distance or?
The smallest possible change of distance. In the x direction, dx, the smallest possible. It still changes, but it's the smallest possible change. That's what it means. Understand? Understand? So what is dy? We haven't talked about integration. Just talk about dy. So what is dy? Very simple, right?
Smallest possible change.
In the y direction.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you get when you have the smallest possible change in the y direction, dy, you divide by the smallest possible change in the x direction, dx. What do you get? You don't understand this, isn't it?
No.
Okay, please draw what you can understand. Delta y over delta x. Please draw that. Please write that.
Delta y over delta x.
Yeah, please write that down. Please get down.
Write it down.
Yeah, write it down. This is O-level EMAT.
Really?
Yeah, okay. What is delta x?
Sorry?
What is delta x?
Delta x change in x.
Yeah, between
To x position.
two x's, right? So delta y is, a change in y between two to y lah. So delta y over delta x is, according to O-level EMAT.
2 minus y1 over x.
Yeah, which is, yes, correct, which is
gradient.
Don't say just gradient, we'll be gradient between what?
Between 2
points. Yes, write it down. Delta y over delta x is a gradient of between the 2 points. I hope that makes sense because delta x needs 2 points, delta y needs 2 points, right?
Yeah.
Now you're going to now write down dy over dx. And you're going to think about what that means. What does dy over dx means then?
It'll be, well, it'll be a very small number over a very small number.
Yeah, correct.
But it'd still be a gradient, right? The gradient.
Yes, it'll be a gradient. Yes.
Between like, well, again, between 2 points are, but just now the 2 points are super close to each other.
Now imagine, because you have difficulty drawing the 2 points, right? Yeah, that's what you're saying, right? Imagine the 2 points shrinking from a big distance to a very small distance. Are you imagining them?
Shrinking, going from a big distance to a small distance.
Because delta x is big, man, so dx is small. So imagine the delta x shrinking, man.
Okay. Like shrinking in the horizontal direction.
Yeah, dx, man.
Okay.
Correct? It is shrinking now in your mind.
Shrinking towards 0. That's what I'm thinking.
But not 0.
Yeah.
An infinitesimal system. So if you just imagine that dy over dx becomes the gradient at 1 point.
one.
even though they are
Point
two
or
points.
one?
It is that point with its infinitesimally, it's so difficult to say, infinitesimally close neighbor, right?
Hmm.
So
So,
it's basically a gradient on that point, no? Basically already, no?
So they're so close together, it just considered 1 point.
Yeah,
But they're technically still 2 points. Just
Yeah.
just the closest you can.
that point and the closest possible neighbor, which we cannot even draw. If you can imagine it, you're drawing it wrongly, ma. Correct or not? If you imagine the separation, you're drawing it wrongly. So you keep shrinking until you realize it's just that point, no? In that sense.
Right.
I'm talking to you about this not because of separation of variable, but so that you understand dy over dx is really differentiation. You have a difficult time accepting that last week, you see, but it is.
Okay.
So now that matters, that conceptualization matters a lot in separation of variable method. It matters a lot. Now what I'm doing should make slightly more sense, at least the first step. No? Okay. Okay. So now let's talk about integration of dx. What does integration mean? Integration simply means you sum up all the dx's. That's all integration means, ma. That's all. When you have infinitesimal distance, you integrate from x1 to x2, for example. That's how integration works, right? From a certain point to another certain point, you sum up all the dx's along that direction. That's integration of x. So you have x loop. What does x mean? It simply means you have from x2 minus x1. That's what x means actually. Or I'll put it another way. If you integrate dx without a limit, right? You never write any limit here, correct or not? You never say from this to that, correct? So what that means is that you're integrating dx along the x-axis, all the dx's along the x-axis. You're just summing them. Can?
I think so.
So you simply get x, right? That's all. That's all you get.
Cool.
Okay. So that's the right hand side. No? This should feel new. And if there is a question mark, please put it down. I will not explain anymore. Your teacher should talk about it more for you. Any question mark for the right hand side? Please put it down.
I think.
Don't hesitate too long when you have a question, please. Either you have or you don't, please.
Yeah.
A question doesn't mean that you can verbalize it. A question means you have a nagging feeling about it, ma. Do you have a nagging feeling about it?
Kind of.
Then that's it lah. That's it lah. Why so difficult? Now think about it for a while. We are going to talk about the left hand side in a very short time. Think about it for a while. That last question mark, according to me, is a very good preparation of you, Yankin, for tomorrow's lesson. It's a very good preparation.
Okay.
To me, the biggest difference between a prepared person and a non-prepared person is not that the prepared person understands. That's nonsense lah. If you already understand, why do you even attend the lecture? Don't tell me in the JC level, you say, because I have to. Then in the university, why do you attend lecture? Because I have to. Then, you're not a very intelligent person that way. This question mark shows that you are prepared for the lesson. The lesson may disappoint you, but you're prepared for the lesson.
Right.
Understand?
Okay.
This is what I mean by preparation. If you think that preparation is to understand, again, why bother having tuition? Why bother having class? Why bother?
Yeah.
Any more question on the left-hand side?
Left hand side, I thought.
Yeah, you know, integrate dy over y. Then suddenly, the step 3 shows ln absolute y.
Non-absolute.
Do you have a
Well,
question
using
mark here?
my, oh no, because using my, I think using my
Yes,
knowledge, like
yes. Go ahead.
if it's fx at the bottom, then fx integrate fx at the bottom, f prime x at the top, which is the ln of fx. So, I mean,
If
it's
you
not a
have,
good way of understanding it.
I agree. I agree with you. I will go like this. I will pretend, you know, remember when I say du over u? You know, last time, you know, remember?
Yeah.
Like pretend that that's dx over x, and then you can do it, right? Pretend for a while. If this is dx over x, you integrate, what will you get? You'll get ln x, right? And then you just flip everything to y. Done, no? Do you have a question on the left-hand side?
I don't think so.
That's it. Your preparation is done here. I mean, if you have more questions on the step 3, 4, 5, 6, then go ahead and ask lah. As in, go ahead and put a question mark and don't try to understand too much. Like, oh, okay, yeah, you know, I don't have much time. I'll put a question mark here, and then I'm done. Please do that. If not, then we are done. We're done. Okay. Okay. Now, we have just done together preparation. I expect that you will do this and find some sort of satisfaction before the class start for math, chemistry, and physics. Any chapter, any topic. This kind of preparation will, I'm promising you, will make you sleep slightly better and will make you feel as if you are not procrastinating if you play after this.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Any question on what I think preparation is?
So it's like a reading and then asking yourself questions like why is it like that? Why is it this way?
I go even lower than that. I just say, I have a nagging feeling on this one. Okay, I put question mark low. Yeah, and I'm not saying that you should try to understand everything. That's again nonsense. You may try to understand some, but I don't think it matters if it is a preparation before the class. If it is after the class, you have a problem. A question is not a problem before class. A question will become a problem after class. And that's what you have been facing with. You're being faced with, how come I don't understand this, that, how come I cannot do tutorial, this, that after the class? Correct? But if you have the question before the class, it's not a problem. It's prepared.
Okay.
Any other question on? Yes, go ahead. I'm not saying that you don't do self-practice. That's not what I'm saying, okay? I'm saying you have limited time. See, your 1.5 hours almost gone already, right?
Oh.
You have limited time. As in, not time, wrong. You have limited energy. Your energy is more limited than your time. Think about this. Can you do this preparation properly, again, before class, not after class? If you're doing this after class, something is wrong with your timing. Can you do this properly in the 2-star slot?
Probably not, I guess.
Can you do this properly in a 3-star slot?
Maybe.
It will be longer and harder because your sense of right and wrong, your sense of good and bad, and your temptations are slightly worse and slightly stronger. You know, the temptations are slightly stronger. The sense are slightly dull from 4-star to 3-star. Asking questions are not easy. Being aware of your questions are not easy. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I promise that you will be satisfied after you do this, and I I'm willing to bet that in class, you suddenly feel an upgrade of your class experience. Even if the class experience is just watching video. Even if.
Right.
That's the promise. You remember my promise. If my promise is bull crap, you tell me. Tell me tomorrow. And then tell me 2 days from now. Are you clear what you're supposed to do tomorrow night?
Probably look through like some of the lecture notes.
But you only limit on the most difficult. It's very clear. In your 3.5-star slot, you only do math, physics, and chem. Okay? You do other subjects on other slots in terms of preparation. Understand?
Right.
Right? You don't
Right.
reserve, you reserve your slot properly, is what I'm trying to say. Can? Can. Now, any other question on the method? Because I think in the last 10 minutes, I think I want you to try either physics or chem, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so if no question, physics or chem, do the same method.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, go ahead. Zoom out, please. Zoom out.
Let's see.
You're not trying to understand, you're trying to find your question. You have 10 minutes to do as many question mark, as many pages as you can. We'll talk about it after that a little bit, then we'll stop for today. By the way, tomorrow you have chemistry, right? You have, right?
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow you have physics also?
No.
Oh, great. Good preparation. Good. Physics can wait until tomorrow night, right? Good.
Well, kind of.
Just to confirm, Yanqin, you have your chemistry kit, right?
Yeah, it's still
Okay,
there.
just check. It's okay, go ahead.
Right.
You still have 8 minutes to, to find as many question marks.
Reactions. All right. So that's not fun.
You still have 6 minutes and you've been putting a lot of question mark. I like it. I'm not trying to rush you. I'm not trying to rush you. Remember, you should be very aware of your own question. I'm not trying to rush you. I'm saying that I think you're in the zone. I think you're doing it well. For the first time.
Fix the voltage bonds.
You have 5 minutes, which is again, I feel that you're reading well. I always thought that you read very slowly. That doesn't seem to be the case here.
Oh, I'm on the summary already. Oh no, there's still more.
Yankin, I mean, in case this is not clear, you should try to read and find question as far as you think the class will cover. You should have already some feeling how far your class will cover. You should have that feeling, understand? You don't need to cover more than that. In fact, if you feel that you're already covering too much, I want you to come back and just make sure you didn't miss any question mark. Understand?
Okay.
There's no point in going too far because, if you go too far, the question becomes less and less meaningful. Like the question may be because you never understood the previous page. That might be the only reason. Okay, make sense? You shouldn't go too far.
Right.
Just go until where you think it will stop. You won't be too wrong. And you still have 3 minutes to do.
Oh, okay. So, and then
You have 1 minute left.
Okay, I'm back where I was.
Right. You still have 1 minute just to make sure that you didn't miss any question mark. If you're happy, you can stop.
I don't. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
If it is nagging, you put a question mark. If you kind of remember what you learned in the last year, then maybe it's not a question mark.
I mean, it's not really a question. Just like
Is it a nagging feeling?
kind of. I feel like it can be easily answered, and like so easily answered.
Would
they won't bother answering
you
it.
would you please put a question mark?
Yeah, but it feels like they won't bother answering it because it feels like
It
obvious.
feels like
know?
you could have understand it, right?
Yeah.
But you don't.
Hmm.
What's wrong with is somebody penalizing you if you
No, but it feels like it just is. Like that'll be the answer I get. Like it just is. Like why can water act as both acid and base? It just can.
and you are satisfied with that or not?
I mean, no, but I don't know where to find
So
example for.
the answer is not satisfactory. Not the
Yeah, but
question is not satisfactory.
yeah, but I would know how to like continue asking like
Who
why
cares?
without.
Who cares? Put it there. You're blaming the answer. You're blaming the quality of the answer on the question. Is it a good question?
I'm not sure.
Is it potentially a good question?
Maybe.
Okay, then whatever you imagine as the answer, if the answer is not satisfactory, does it reflect the answer or does it reflect the question?
Maybe the answer.
Don't blame the question lah. The way you erase the question is exactly that. You erase the question, even though it is not decided yet. It is not clear yet whether the problem is the question or the answer. And the way you phrase it seems to be the answer is the problem. That's even worse. You're blaming the answer on the question. That's not preparation.
Right.
That's bad preparation. Okay, understand?
Yeah.
At this stage, questions are very important. And I would expect the quality of questions, the specificity of the question to go up as you practice this. This is not bad for the first time. Do you understand? You just did this for 10 minutes. How do you feel? Tomorrow, I don't care. Tomorrow is tomorrow. Tomorrow's problem is tomorrow's problem. If the answer is bad tomorrow, that's tomorrow's problem. But is there any significant difference after 10 minutes?
Maybe.
Describe that possible significant difference that you're feeling, please.
I mean, it's like, okay, I get some of this from like chem bonding,
You mean you understand some? Okay, sure. That's nice. I will
no.
expect that. I'll expect that. Yeah. Okay. But how's your preparation? Like you're treating preparation as a review, which is like, I mean, please. Okay. I mean, you're correct lah. Some of them contain the whole thing, obviously, but it's not just a review here. That's all. That you feel that the significant difference between after this 10 minutes is that you review and you are kind of happy with your old knowledge, which is fine, which is great. That's all. That's all. That's all you think there is happening.
I mean, like, there are definitely gaps, you know.
Sorry, definitely what? Definitely what?
No, like, I guess I'm more aware of like the things I should be listening up for when the teacher talks. Like, because
Right.
I know the parts where like I especially don't understand. So when teacher's talking about those parts, you know, I'll think more about what she's saying.
Right. Makes sense to me. I mean, it makes sense to me if you do that tomorrow. And it makes sense to me that if you do that more naturally or more easily tomorrow.
Right.
So that's part of the promise. Either I'm talking bull crap here, right? You know, I might be a scam, you know. This 1.5 hour, I never even discussed to you any question, right? As in any exam question, kind of like for example, lecture practice 9, you know, never even discussed that with you, right? For 1.5 hour.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is, you know, I'm eating my dinner, you know, from Batam, telling you to do stuff, you know, like your question matter. I don't even answer it, you know, I don't even answer it. Maybe I'm scamming you, right? Am I scamming you? Maybe I am.
I don't know yet.
Yeah, don't know yet. When will you know?
I guess when I do the lesson.
Yeah, tomorrow. So not even until, you know, 2 days from now, you know, the next vision. Tomorrow you will know whether I'm scamming you or not. In a sense, tomorrow you will know whether I'm scamming you and your father. I'm scamming you out of your time, 4-star time. I'm scamming your father out of his money. Sitting here, talking to you, eating my dinner. Must be a scam. Okay, anything else?
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Right, so at this point, you might be tempted to continue with physics or math, right? That's up to you. However, I caution you, your energy, your opportunity represented by your energy is almost past for today. Once it is past, either you did something good in it or you don't. Doing what you have to do in this slot, but you do it later on a, you know, on an inferior slot doesn't count. Either you did it on this wonderful slot or you did not. Either you take the opportunity or you let the opportunity pass. That's the nature. You don't get to pile what you're supposed to do into the future. You don't get it. Either you miss it or you did it. In our case, either you missed the preparation window or you did some preparation in the window. And now the window is basically closing already. Do you understand?
Right.
Tomorrow, the window will open again at about the same time. And then it will close at about the same time. If I'm scamming you, what I'm saying is wrong. I'm telling you that window is when your sense of good and right is strong, when your sense of good and bad is strong, when the temptations are easy to resist because you are strong, and that is how you want to use it. You want to use it to be very aware of your question. Finish. I'm not even asking you to do homework. You understand? Huh? I'm just simply asking you to prepare well for the next day's lesson. If you have time after the preparation, then you do some homework. No? Feel free.
Okay.
Okay, that's it for tomorrow. If you think I'm not a scam, you try that. And then I'll see you on Wednesday.
Right. Okay.
Anything else?
I do not think so.
Okay. So you can try to do more after this. I suggest not. Maybe you just want to do it just for curiosity purpose. What happens if you try to do it after the window? See whether there's a difference or not. Okay, but I suggest that you don't do that. Okay? It's up to you. Okay.
Okay.
See you in 2 days. Let's start on time. Set up properly. Bye.
Okay, bye bye.